Page 149, we're on lesson 8, session 2. We are working on decimals again, how it's saying them and reading the decimals in word form, right? So, we're going to skip the warm-up right now. Actually, you know what? We can do the warm-up. Write 28 hundredths in word form and in expanded form. We can do that one. We'll skip the first part of the base 10 blocks. Who wants to go up here and show me how to write it in Word? Let's go expanded form first. Kaden, come up here and write it in expanded form. Yeah, that is in expanded form. Now, that is technically correct. But what I'm going to ask you to write in expanded form from now on, I want you to take it one step further. I want you to break it apart, not only by place value, but pull so that it's a whole number times the place value. Does that make sense? So has Caden got this? Is Caden right?
Yeah.
Technically, yes. But this is what I am going to be looking for. 0 plus 2 times what? 2 times 1/10. Now you could do it either way. You can put decimal or fraction. I'm going to put fraction for right now, right? Plus, what am I going to put next? Jacob?
100. Or 8 plus 100.
Not the plus? 8 times 1/100th. Does that make sense? Did you guys work on that yesterday a little more?
Don't you put parentheses? Yeah.
You could, yes. You can put parentheses here.
So we have to start doing it that way?
Yes, that's the way I want it written. I want it either written as either times the 0.1 or the fraction, all right? Either or. I want it broken apart to extra level. Because I'm not trying to be a jerk. You know. But that's what MSTEP's going to expect out of you. That's what the state test at the end is going to want to see. They're going to want to see how far you can break it apart. Does that make sense? So that's what they're going to expect for expanded form. Caden's way is technically correct, but they're going to want to see you take that next step into breaking it apart even further. Who wants to go write it up in word form? Jacob, come up here and write it in word form.
Just right here?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. Bananas? So small. Don't gotta write that small. Nobody can see it.
It's fine. I'll read it out loud. That's not kind of expecting, but that's fine. So he has 28 hundredths. That's exactly right. Is that 28 hundredths? Yeah, that's 28 hundredths. All right, so let's go ahead and let's go into the bookwork now. Who wants to read it for me? Chris, go ahead and read that for me.
Josh uses a scale to weigh some blueberries. The blueberries weigh...
Stop right there. 0.604. Go ahead. Read it. I was reading the number for you. I don't want you to read it and give the answer away.
Josh's mom wants to know how much the blueberries weigh. How does Josh... How does Josh say how much the blueberries weigh? Explain your thinking.
So they want you to write 0.604 in word form the proper way it's supposed to be said. So that is what you're writing out right now.
Word form, how I just did it, right?
Yes, word form is just how you just did it. Porter's right here. He sits. I'll take it for now. He's with her. Yeah.
I have stuff to give
All
him.
right. Oh, you're fine.
Come on. Don't give it away.
Remember our secret to it. So, how do we say this one? How do we say it, Sydney?
604,000.
604 thousandths. Now, did you guys remember my little thing I showed you yesterday, Monday, how to do it? So, we have this, right? 0 and 604 thousandths. Here's what you do. You cover up the whole number, the decimal. What's that read right there? If I was just to read it. 604, right?
100.
604. Now, show a decimal point. Where is the last, what place value is the last digit in? What is it called?
6,000.
No, what place value is this right here?
1,000.
Thousandths. So you read it. 604. The last place value is the
1,000.
thousandths. So 604 thousandths. Does that make sense how we read those? Everybody get that? Cover up. First cover it up, read it, then count the place value. You always say the place value, the last digits in at the end of it. So 604 thousandths. So if I was to write it out, 600 and 4 thousandths. A lot of writing, isn't it? Not terrible, but it's enough to write a number down. Any questions? Yes, Amelia?
I thought we didn't put the and unless there was a decimal place.
604 thousandths. I guess, yeah. Well, how would you say this? 604? So I guess, yeah, you could say 604. Yeah, I guess you could say. You're right. Yeah, you wouldn't say the and. It'd be 604,000.
That's what we did.
That is what we did, yes.
604,000.
Yes, you wouldn't say and, no. Because Amelia's right. What does the and mean?
That's a decimal place.
Decimal. If I put 604 thousandths, I could mean that. 604 thousandths.
That's a rule.
So it would be 604 thousandths. Very good, Amelia. Good catch. So, we'll skip that for right now because we don't really need to talk about it. I think we all pretty well had. Who didn't have that? Did everybody have that? Did you know what you were writing down? Okay. So you just read it, right?
Yeah.
You just cover up the zero, the decimal, 604 thousandths. That's pretty much it. I don't know. They go into a lot, diving into how you knew. How did we know? We covered it up. 604. Count our place value over, right? The model it. Look at the model it on page. What page is that on? 150. You can use place value understanding and write it in expanded form. So you could have wrote it in expanded form. With decimals. So you could do 6 times 1/10 plus 4 times 1,000. Does that equal 604 thousandths? 604,000, not 604,000. I don't know. I just keep doing it myself. 604 thousandths. Does that work? What about the fraction? 6/10 plus 4 thousandths. Does that equal 604 thousandths? 6/10 plus 4/1000. There's a 0 in the hundreds. So do we have any hundreds? No, we don't have no hundreds. We have 6/10 and 4/1000. And then when we combine them, how many tenths can go into 1,000? How many tenths can go into 1,000? 100. So what would I times 6 by to make this common denominator? If I times the 10 by, remember going back last year, I have 6/10, right? And I want to make the bottom number 1,000. What do I times 10 by to get 1,000? 100. What I times the bottom by, what I times the denominator by, what do I got to do to the top? The same. Well, so you times it by the same. So 6 times 100 is 600. What you do to the bottom bunk, you got to do the top bunk. If I was having twins, it'd be perfect. I could just tell you. They all look the same, but unfortunately I don't get that option. But yeah, that's how that works. Nothing. Any questions on how they got 604 thousandths out of it? Then they just added them, right? Yeah, sure. Thanks for paying attention back there, girls. You can write 604,000 as a place value chart, right? So you could have broken apart, had ones, tenths, hundreds, thousands. I have 4/1000ths. I have 0 hundredths. I have 6/10ths. I have 0 ones. You could have done it that way to show how to read it out loud. Alright? Or you could have just done it, cover up the 0 and the decimal point, read it, and then say the last place value. Any one of those ways work.
It says the least place value.
Yeah, so you say it. The least place value. The smallest place value is the what? Thousands. The 4s and the thousands. So you say 1,000 at the end. So look at the place value chart. What are the name of the 4 place values in 604 thousandths? What are the names of these 4 place values? Cole?
Ones, tenths, hundredths, and thousands.
Yeah, ones, tenths, hundreds, thousands. So you write ones, tenths, hundreds, thousands. Which of those place values has the least least value? Which of those places has the least value? Amelia?
Isn't it the thousand?
Yeah, the thousands are the smallest, right? Each one has the least value. So the thousands. We have our ones, our tenths, our hundredths, and thousands. And the thousands is the least value, right? So which one will we say at the end of a reading in whole, reading in word form? You're going to say 1,000. You're going to say the least value. You're going to say the smallest value always. So look at the expanded form with fractions. How many thousands are there all together in 604 thousandths? How many, not what's in the thousandth place value, how many thousands are there total? Caden? No, 4 is in the thousands place. How many thousands are there total? How many thousands are there total? Cole?
4,000.
Nope. There's only 4. We did not 4,000. How many thousands are there total? Look at this fraction. How many thousands are there total, Nolan?
604.
Yeah, 604. We have 604 over 1,000, right? So there's 604 total, right? What is the word form for 604 thousandths? What is it, Cole? 6
Hundreds.
hundred,
And 4.
not and,
4.
4 thousandths, right? Remember, we cannot say and. Mr. Richmond and I are going to really struggle with it because they used to always teach us we say and in there. But you shouldn't say and there.
A lot of kids were doing that she made that comment too that we don't.
You don't. You say 604 thousandths. It's easy to say and because it's something that we've always like you just get ingrained in your head. But you should never say the and. You say 604, not 604. It is hard. But what does and mean?
There's a decimal.
There's a decimal point there. Am I saying 604? Is there a decimal point between 604? No.
Because if you wrote it out like that, it'd be
604.
604 tenths.
You'd have 604 thousandths, right? If I was to write it out that way, it'd be this.
Yeah, but you're saying 600
And 4 thousandths is what we're saying. So it'd be 4 in the thousandths place. It's not the same number, is it? No. What is the word form of this? This one right here. What would the word form be, Cole?
1 and 604 thousand.
604 thousandths. 1 and 604 thousandths, right? Explain how the reading the digit to the right decimal point and knowing the name of the least place value help you read the decimal. How do we know, knowing what the value, what this digit was to the right of the decimal point? How does that knowing that that's 604? How does that help us know what to say? Think about how many thousandths are there? 604. So knowing that value, that's 604 thousandths, helps us say it, right? And then knowing that the last digits in the thousandths place, right? So you can skip number 5. We're not going to go too deep into that. So 7, 8, 9. I want you 7 and 8. I want you working on your own, right?
What about 9?
9. Yeah, you go ahead and do 9 as well. No, hold on to 9. We're gonna do 7 and 8. We'll go over 7 and 8 together as a class. 9 you're gonna do after we get those done, and then I'm gonna go over those later today, right? So number 8, a number is written in expanded form as 7 times 10 plus 5 times 1/10 plus 1 times 100 plus 6 times 1,000. What is this word form? What is the word form of this number? So here's the easiest way to do it for me. If I'm taking expanded form and word form, let's write it down in standard form first, right? So what is 7 times 10? Is that a whole number or a decimal? It's a whole number. I multiplied by 10. I didn't multiply by 1/10. I didn't multiply by a fraction, right? So it's a whole number. So I have 70 plus 5 times 1/10. Is that a whole number or a decimal?
Decimal.
Decimal. So am I going to put a decimal point after 70? Yes. And then I have 5 times 1/10. Where is that 5 going to go? What place value is that 5 going to be in? What is it, Caden? The tenths. Then I have 1 times 1/100th. Where is that? What place value is that 1 going into? Caden? The hundredths. And then I have plus 6 times 1/1000. Where is that 6 going to go? What place value is that 6 going to be in? Xavier? The thousandths. So now we have the number written from expanded form to the standard form, right? Is it easier to read a number in standard form than it is expanded form?
Yes.
Yes. Now let's put it into word form, right? What is this number?
70 and
So just raise your hand. What is that number, Sid? Not willing to try it yet? Carlos, what's that number?
70 and 516,000.
Beautiful. It's 70 and 516 thousandths. Now, just write it down in word form, right? Does that make sense how we do that? It's easier to put an expanded number into standard form than it is to take it right to word form. So make it into standard form and then put it into word form. Take the steps, alright? Don't try to do it all at once. You're going to confuse yourself. That was 8. We skipped 7, didn't we?
Yeah.
Alright, let's go back and do 7. What is the word form of 370? Almost did it, gave it to you. What is the word form of that number? Alexis?
3074.
Nope. Not 3,074. Chris?
374,000.
374,000. Thousands comes at the end, remember. Cover it up, it reads 374. Check the last value. Thousands. So I'm not even going to write that one down. You guys get that. Number 9. You are going to do this right now. I am going to come around either at the end of the day or at the beginning of tomorrow, and I'm going to check this one, alright? See what you do. You're doing it on your own. Those of you that are virtual, the video's posted. If you have your math book, that's great. If not, just do it on pieces of paper. Go along with the class, right? You can always pause the video.
But